Why does everyone I battle look exactly like me? I'm starting to get really, really pissed off. Damn it. Hi everybody, this is the Killer Nacho, and today's question of the day is, what is your favorite Pokemon ability? There's a lot of good abilities in the game: Intimidate, Levitate, Flash Fire, Wonder Guard, the list goes on. But my ability happens to be one of my favorite OU Pokemons, and that is Rock Solid. And if you don't know what it does, it lowers the amount of damage super effective moves do. And that's pretty much the only reason Rhyperior is actually as good as it is. But leave a comment about your favorite Pokemon ability, and try to consider the Pokemon who actually learn it. Don't just say Wonder Guard because you can put it on a Spiritomb. But yeah, what's your favorite Pokemon ability? Hey guys, here's a battle with Kidman from the Cerebi chat room who decided to battle with me. Anyway, he leaves with a Ninjask and I have my Tyranitar. And he switches out, but I didn't predict that, so I just taunt. And I ended up taunting a Bronzong, which isn't too bad, because now I know he can't Hypnosis me or set up Stealth Rocks or something. So I go into Claydol as he Earthquakes, and it ends up being pretty nice. I was actually predicting the, Gyro Ball, but Earthquake is just as good for Claydol. So I decided to set up some Stealth Rocks, and he just explodes, which almost takes down Claydol, but not quite, because Claydol has some pretty good defense. So, yeah, I set up the Stealth Rocks, and he's down to Bronzong, so that's not too bad. Anyway, he decides to go out into Milotic here, and I don't want to get, surfed or something, so I decide to go into my awesome Sandstorm Wall, being Credilli, and he decides to Ice Beam me, and unfortunately, that's super effective against Credilli, but because of Credilli's epic special defense under the Sandstorm, that doesn't even do a quarter, so that's pretty awesome. So he's going to Ice Beam me again, as I Toxic the Milotic, which is pretty epic, and I'm thinking he might actually switch out here, so I decide to go for the Barrier to account for a physical sweeper, but instead he just goes for a Hydro Pump, trying to get some damage on Credilli. And I get the Barrier off, which is nice. And I'm just going to go for the Recover, since I don't want Credilli to take too much more damage. And he's going to try to go for the Ice Beam again, doesn't quite kill me, and I get a Recover, which is epic win. And the moral of the story is Credilli is funny looking. And epic. So, yeah, Milotic probably won't be able to take another Toxic hit, so I decide just to set up the second Barrier as he Ice Beams. So I have two Barriers set up, and that's pretty epic. And he's going to go down to the Toxic, which is awesome. Anyway, now it goes into a Gengar, which is kind of bad because now that I changed Credilli to have Earthquake instead of Rock Slide, I can't hurt the Gengar. So that's rather unfortunate, and that forces me to switch. So I think he's probably going to Hypnosis or something, so I decide to go into Claydol to be Sleep Fodder. And he actually does go for the Hypnosis, but he ends up missing, which is, I guess, whatever. And he's probably just going to Shadow Ball me, but I really don't want to risk it, so I decide just to let Claydol die as Death Fodder. So Claydol goes down, and Gengar is taking some hefty Life Orb and Sandstorm damage, and I go into Scarf Heatran because I know his Gengar is not Scarfed, and I decide to go for the Fire Blast, and I actually end up missing this Arcanine, which is actually good for me because this Arcanine has Flash Fire because he didn't Intimidate me. So anyway, I go into Rhyperior as he roars, and now I go into Heatran, and I'm expecting the switch because I know he has Flash Fire, but I'm still expecting to switch, and I know Arcanine can't do anything to me, Heatran. So I go for the Fire Blast, predicting the switch, and he goes into Ninjask, but I miss, and that's like, oh god, why? So he gets the sub up, and my second Fire Blast doesn't miss, so I do hit the Ninjask. And he plays a little ballsy here and decides to Swords Dance, predicting my switch, because he thinks I might predict the switch in Arcanine, but I missed that Fire Blast too. So that's ridiculous. Man, 2 missed Fire Blasts against this Ninjask that allows him to set up And he's going to go into Arcanine now to get the Flash Fire, which is, wow, I was just pretty angry at that. So he's into Arcanine now, and I decide to go out into Tyranitar, and he extreme speeds. I guess predicting the switch into Rhyperior. That's the only thing I can really think of. But, yeah, he ends up hitting the Tyranitar, and he's going to try to Thunder Fang me, and he gets the flinch, which is annoying, because I just wanted to use Earthquake and be done with it. So I'm like, whatever, I'll predict the Thunder Fang and go into Rhyperior. Even if he does a fire move, Rhyperior resists it, so it shouldn't kill me. So I go into Rhyperior, and he goes for the Fire Blitz, or Flare Blitz, and he gets a crit. And that's like, oh, come on. Can my Rhyperior at least do something? I mean, I've used it 3 battles in a row, I think, on YouTube, and it just hasn't been able to do anything. And just first thing was a missed Mega Horn, then now here's a crit, so the game just hates my Rhyperior. So I go into Tyranitar, he switches in Gengar, and I just have to hope he doesn't have Focus Blast, and he doesn't, which is awesome. He just tries to Thunderbolt me, but that doesn't kill me, and Stone Edge kills him, so yay. He goes into Heracross, and I have Miss Magus just in case this thing is Scarf, so I decide just to go for it and Stone Edge. So that's what I do. And I do Stone Edge, and it doesn't quite kill it, and he doesn't go for the close combat. Instead, he goes for the Mega Horn, and that's going to take down Tyranitar. But, yeah, Miss Magus outspeeds this thing, and it's sexy, so I decide just to go into that, and I'm going to Shadow Ball it for the win, because his Ninjask can't take another Stealth Rock hit. So, great game, Kidman. You got some hacks there, but thankfully it didn't matter in the end. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. And, yeah, just a great game. Hopefully Rhyperior can eventually do something on YouTube. We'll have to see about that. Alright, peace.